Hi, I'm Gigi,
And I'm Mimi.
and this is Love Island
Love
Tea
Island Tea Time.
Time.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
Wow.
it's a
It's a
little
lot of
bitter
energy.
today.
Oof. There's some bitter people up in that villa.
Oh my gosh.
Priya's lost me again.
You know what, Gigi? Jealousy is a disease. Get well soon.
Like,
She fully lost me also this episode.
just tell me how. How exactly? Aidan having a crush on Jasmine's sister is a big deal. A breath of fresh air. Did I say that right? Yeah. A breath of fresh air is a big
Yeah.
old deal. But him licking and getting licked and kissing in the hideaway, it's not that deep.
I don't know. Maybe because he told her about it.
Girl.
I don't know.
Girl. Get it together. Get it together. Also, I told you whatever tent they were making in the hideaway was strange, and she said that was my feet. Mystery solved,
He
solved,
said, I
solved.
don't. He said, I don't know what shape that is. I just want to know, like,
Still,
oh, I think I can see it.
I mean, she is long-legged.
Right. I just was wondering why her feet were so high.
Same.
And then I remembered why her feet could be so high.
Probably the butter churner.
I don't know what that is.
That's what they called it on Love Island, and that's why I know. They explained it one time. They were like, what's your favorite position? And someone was like, the butter churner. And I was like, huh? And everyone was like, huh? And they're like, you're like bit in half and your legs are up and the guy is on top.
And he's turning the butter. Got it. Sick.
I'm like, because I was just trying to like figure something out. Again, they should not have slept together already. That is part of what's making this worse.
Honestly.
Let's go through the awards real quickly, because none of the rest of them were that big of a deal. For most dramatic, honestly, Priya and Samra should have gotten it for the fight they got into talking about their clip.
You skipped plot twist and raunchiest moment.
Did I?
Yeah, those two were first.
Well, for plot twist,
We knew it was going to be Aidan.
yes, but it was the end of the plot twist, is what we got. Because they already did it, and Aidan won.
They cut it off before we could see the winner. And then they announced the winner this last episode, which was Aidan, who said he didn't deserve it.
He said he didn't deserve any of them.
I know, and he tried to apologize during his speech, but Priya was so annoying and would not let him get a word out. All I heard was him. I mean, all I heard was her making jabs. She just wouldn't shut up. Yulia wouldn't shut up.
Yulia.
It just, like, just making comments under her breath constantly. She doesn't know when to stop.
And today she's gonna cry about it a whole bunch.
Cry about it, bitch. Sorry. You put yourself in that position.
Well,
there's so much to say about her.
You have more grounds than she did with Jasmine 2.5 seconds after she entered the villa, so. And you know that happened. Lola didn't know that. Didn't know that happened. Didn't know. So, yes, then raunchiest moment went to Aidan for the hideaway. If Finley was there, it would have gone to Aidan and Finley. If Aidan, Finley, and Alicia were there, it would have gone to all three of them. So, and then the other option was the back massage or Priya and Aidan, hence the feet. Hence me decoding the butter cheddar. The most dramatic was Simba.
I just love how they made a compilation of every time Simba threw a fit, which I knew that they were going to because he throws a lot of tantrums.
But they didn't even, I felt like they didn't even include the best parts. Like, they should have also included some of his, like, they should have started with, you used to have 2 girls, and now you have none.
Yeah.
Like, and some of them he was just saying, like, nothing, but I think they were, like, sparing some feelings, because he said some crazier things about the girls after he walked away from Mika. He was like, these women don't know what they want. You know, they didn't even include that bit.
That's true. For once, the producers were like, maybe let's not.
Mm. Meanwhile, Mika didn't look very into how Samraj was acting, but then she really was like, guys, can you just both agree you shouldn't have done it? Some people on the internet are like, since when was saying fuck off such a mean comment? Because I tell people to fuck off all the time.
My thing is, uh, when you're joking around and you're like, oh, fuck off, that's a different thing. But when you're like, truly like, fuck off, I'm not defending her. I understand Samraj, but I do think he shouldn't have called her names either. Like, I do agree with Mika. They both said some very hurtful things. They both should just say sorry and move on. But also, Samraj brought up a point where it's like they're trying to, water under the bridge, but she just kept nitpicking and nitpicking and nitpicking. Like, she just can't be quiet. Her and Yulia should just be best friends.
It's true. It's true. But
I literally...
What?
The both of them were too much for me. I literally was like, I had to hit pause at one point because I was like, I'm overwhelmed.
Well, at least Kevin took Jasmine's crash out better than we thought.
Yes, I did write that. He was like, I understand. And she did say it was right after movie night. So he knew the circumstances. He had context.
He was more apologetic about movie night on this episode than he was at movie night. Or even the day after. He was like, I'm so sorry you had to see all of that and that it made you feel like that. Okay,
Well,
King.
I didn't like his apology for when emotional performance was shown.
Well, yeah, it was a little lackluster, but still. The whole episode, Kevin was giving better energy than I thought. He was impressing me, I can't lie. Because then he was dragging Aidan. Then he dragged Priya a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, if you keep moving like this, Kevin, I like you. Like you a little more, a little more. You seem to be getting with the program.
Not me.
Anyway, so the girls were fighting the wind the entire time they were doing the they just kept grabbing their hair and moving it out of the way because the wind was so bad. Priya's all mad and she's just going, twisting her hair and then putting it back. And then Mika's putting her hair behind her ears over and over. I was just like, oh my god, these poor girls in this wind. So then we got emotional performance, Lorenzo crying about his friends.
Simba crying after he gave that speech for Angie.
Oh my god, I wrote that our autocorrect put so bad speech, and I was like, what? That I put Angie loves it. She's like, this is so cute. And then Kav apologized again. The moment
Post around
Samaj
apologize.
Okay, fair enough. Samaj realizing what clip they were about to play sent me because he was like, no.
He was like,
no.
He was like, that was a private moment. He was so mad.
It was a private moment on national television, sweetie.
There's no privacy.
International.
There.
International. Yeah, absolutely. And then someone was saying there's been so much tears in this place, and I was like, it really is the year of tears. Everyone's been crying on the show. Everybody.
It's true.
And Lorenzo was like, I might cry again. I was like, don't do that.
I know.
I was like, sweet boy. Then...
Well, he won. Lorenzo won.
Yes.
And literally, I know this man is for me because he commented on his outfit and he said I
Yes.
look like Sylvester Stallone, and I was like, because as soon as he stood up, I was like, what is that outfit?
Oh, I've been thinking that since last episode. I was like, why is he the only one wearing a tank top on movie night? He said action star from the 90s. It's cool. Don't worry.
Yeah, with his little chanclas. Oh my gosh. Marry me, not Yulia. Thank you.
Oh, I know what happened. I just wrote Kav. Priya is right there. I forgot he did this shit. Because they went to Keep My Name Out of Your Mouth award, and Charlene was talking about how she wanted Aidan on After
Mm-hmm.
Sun, and then Kav said to Aidan, you should get her number, you should hit her up when you get out of here. And I was
Right.
like, Priya is right there? I'm not Priya's biggest fan right now, but dude?
I'm telling you, you think he's moving right, and he's not. That literally gave me a glimpse of Kevin when he went to the sleepover. That was like,
He's very laddie.
he's just gross and immature. I don't like
Ugh.
him. I
And
never will.
then Jas called out Aidan, which I was like, thank you for calling him out, because she's like, of course you're speaking well on Charlene, you don't have my back.
Yeah, you never, and she said, and you never have.
Because I
Which,
was like,
true.
girl, have you lost the plot? Even though when they made up later, I was like, that took 2.5 seconds. Where is the real accountability? Like, where is the, you'll have to show me.
Mm-hmm.
Actions are louder than words. Um, and then I kind of felt bad for Priya when she got called a game player, because she looked so shocked as though her hearing everyone like yell, because it's not nice for anyone regardless. But then, she lost me again. She did eat with jealousy as a disease get well soon, though. Because Alicia is
Yeah.
jealous of her, like, at the end of the day. She's
Mm-hmm.
mad she didn't get picked.
Yeah. I don't think Alicia made a fair point though about about Priya turning her attention to Aidan after Alicia did.
Yeah, more and more so, even though she was, like, happy to entertain Ethan for a while. But even though she was still telling Ethan, I'm thinking about Aiden, I'm thinking about Aiden.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like you don't really know what you're talking about, because she communicated to Ethan so much about her feelings for Aidan.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I said I stand by what I said. It was Ethan's choice to continue to pursue her in the
Yeah.
way that he did.
Yeah. hmm
Sorry.
I was like, I hope they're misediting Yulia's reaction, because she was smiling so much when Charlene was talking shit about Mika. And then she just would not let it stop. She's cheering when
No.
Charlene won her award. She's saying, I back Charlene over and over. Um, Mika's admitting that it was a wrong comment, even though it wasn't meant that way. Aiden's jumping in with, well, you were laughing at the Casa girls. And it's like, and Yulia's like, we're people too. And someone pointed out on the internet, they're like, the girls used to be so much meaner to the Casa girls. Like, so much meaner.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's like, you signed up to be the other woman. You signed up to know if you came back, you're the other woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know who has a partner. Blah, 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 blah. Just move with grace and relax. How about that? How about you go and pull the other girl the first thing in the morning, have a chat with them, go, I did what I had to do, but here's his thing. I'm sorry that I hurt you in the process. Um, Whatever. I don't know. It's just Yulia's narrative is a little bit much for me around that, where I'm just like, girl, you signed up for this. You should, if it were you, and now that she thinks it's her, she's being quite gnarly at the end of this episode.
My respect, whatever little respect I had for Yulia, is out the window
Mm,
after this.
yeah.
I can't. She's still on bullshit with Lola, she's saying a lot of words with little meaning. She's talking about that whole Mika situation and how everyone knew that if the girls were laughing, they were laughing at Kevin. And I distinctly remember them being like, "You're a joke?"
Yeah.
Why on earth would they be laughing at the girls? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and they have stated multiple times it wasn't directed at her. It was just more so about Kevin and the situation. But Yulia can't let it go. And she keeps coming for Mika's throat, which I don't like. And I'm glad that I've seen it on the internet so I could say it now, where there's been a lot of microaggressions coming from this girl.
Listen, the pattern of who she is fighting with, setting Lola aside,
Mm-hmm.
listen, it could just be she doesn't get along with any of the OG girls, basically. And then that's
Mm-hmm.
a particular pattern. But I didn't see her hanging around Mara a lot, and I don't know, it's sus. It feels sus that it's Priya, Jasmine, and Mika she has such a problem with, and that she's like this big hero to part of the internet and people that are fans of her, when, you know, if Jasmine or Mika acted that way, and Priya has acted slightly that way this episode, and they're villainized for it to the absolute max.
And I think Jasmine also brought up the point that she never holds the boys accountable.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the girls that she comes for.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
No. No, I don't. Yeah. I I just I'm glad that Kevin talked to Aidan and was like, you were picking on Jasmine when you had an opportunity to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I appreciated so much from him, is that he sat Aidan down and he was like, you don't have to say anything. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm just saying you could have shut the fuck up, is basically his
Mm-hmm.
point. Like, why are you doing that? You know she's going to take the bait. You
Mm-hmm.
know that. So just, he's like, they were already saying it. We were already talking about it. And he was like, yeah, but you could have just been quiet.
Yeah.
And honestly, Aiden has such a weird time with accountability, because anytime it comes down to like that he's maybe not a very good person, which really, come on, dude, you've done a lot of sus stuff. And then Priya called him nasty and he can't sit down and listen to it.
Yeah.
He has
I
to go
don't know.
storming off like a big baby.
He has an issue with having conversations where what, like you said, where he needs to take accountability, or he doesn't like, I think, when women come after him, because he did the same with Yasmin. He walked away from their conversation
Mm-hmm.
earlier on.
Probably Ellie.
What I got from that conversation between Kevin and Aidan is that Kevin will always be in the middle of Jasmine and Aidan.
Yeah.
And that's something I fear for them in the real world. Is just he'll be the brother in the middle constantly. And I don't know when enough will be enough for him, for either person.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I was happy that Priya dragged him. I was annoyed that they made it look like in the preview for the night that Yaz was yelling at Yulia, but she was actually just ranting about Aiden.
I know. Which Yasmin I thought Yasmin would have more words for Yulia, seeing as how Yulia was still talking shit about Lola, and Lola was apparently like her best friend, Yasmin's
Yeah.
bestie. She did stand up for Lola in the moment, but I really
Yeah.
think she is a little ditzy and just lets things go a little bit too
I
easily.
I think that Yasmin's being smart, and she sees Yulia, and she's just like, I'm not getting involved with her. I
Well,
think, because, like, even when Yulia went to pull Yasmin and Tommy were like, no way, like, surely not, like, don't do that, like, to themselves at least, but I think she's just steering clear of her, and when she sits and is around her, she'll be like, okay, whatever, blah, 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 but I don't know, I think for the most part, she's just trying to stay out of her warpath.
I just didn't understand the conversation that Tommy, Yasmin, and Yulia had. They were all like, "We like that you're opinionated. We didn't understand you at first, but now we do."
Yeah, but it's because
And
it
it
hasn't come in their direction yet. That's what I think.
I
That's
wonder
what
why.
I think. Um, yeah, and I did say that Priya was coming off weird by belittling Alicia and her profession, etc.
Yeah, that's
I,
just something you don't do.
yeah, I was just like, I was like, can you? And also, she's like, why are you on After Sun? Because she was on the show, and everyone who goes on the show goes on After Sun. Like, she doesn't
Mhm.
deserve to be on the after show that literally everyone goes on, even the Casa Amor people who last 25 seconds.
Mhm.
Priya, calm down. And I was mildly impressed by Aidan pulling her up on it.
I was too. I was too. I was like, "Oh, okay. This man does know right from wrong and can
Apparently.
be like, yeah, it just didn't sit well with me that you did that and you came for her profession. Like, you don't have to do all that."
Honestly, maybe they would deserve each other because apparently they're good for checking each other. So I don't know. Maybe they would make one semblance of a behaved human being. I don't know.
No, my thing
um,
is, Priya's making a really big deal out of the fact that Aiden's like, my feelings, I have feelings. They're just not that deep, or as deep as maybe they should be, or as deep as people are making it out that it should be. But do I feel like there's still potential there given if we had more time? Yeah, sure. And that's my I don't see anything wrong with that statement. Like you can't rush things.
yeah, some of one, some of the other, but I can't remember whether or not he's fully said that his brother said he doesn't see it working to her. Or if he just said, I'm not sure that will work on the outside. I'm not sure that I can see it, which is a different thing. And I think she will be upset when she finds out that Cavan straight thinks it will not work
Mhm.
and that he's been told that. And that was part of the conversation. Like, I don't know. It's just, I didn't expect him to do a full 180. I don't think he's doing that badly. I do think that it's wrong of him to have slept with her. You can go to the hideaway
Mhm.
without banging. That's just a
Yeah.
fact. It's just all these things. And him going, well, I didn't know where my head is. I didn't know where my head is. It's like, went to the hideaway, we went on this date. I should feel a way by now. But, like, you can literally say you felt a way about Yasmin and you didn't do any of those things. So,
Mhm.
make it make sense, please. And also, it's just, Aiden's a mess. Aiden's a mess. And I feel like there are other ways for him to have told her what he told her.
Yeah.
I just remember being so shocked in the moment when he, like, went over to her and broke it down the way he did. Because he did make it sound like, he initially made it sound like he felt nothing. Like, nothing was there.
Mhm.
And then now he's like, well, I do feel like something could happen still. And I'm like, do you? That's the only reason.
I understand. I don't know if I see it that way. Sorry, my dog distracted me. I don't know if I see it that way. Um, but whatever. He's Aiden Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I have to
Absolutely.
say. And then Lorenzo.
Oh my God.
Had this really sweet moment with Yulia, and I gagged the whole time.
Which really sweet moment with Yulia? I blanked it out, I guess.
I believe they were talking about, like, what's gonna happen in 2 weeks, and he was
Oh,
like, "We'll
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
stronger
yeah.
by then."
Yes. Yes, after she was explaining how she felt about seeing him flirt and him being like, that would not happen now, da da da.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even write anything down about that because I was just like, okay, sure. I don't
I
know.
just wrote, "Can you just see that this is not the one? She ain't
Mm.
the one."
Well, we'll see after tomorrow. And we'll see after he finds out what she said to Jasmine. Because again, he said his friends are really important to him. He wants his friendship with Jasmine to last for life. He doesn't want that to go away. That's literally the whole point of the conversation. And also, it's just the way she came for Jasmine's neck talking about the situation when she was like, what was that about? I'm like, why don't you go ask your partner, who, by the way, was the one who pulled her? It
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
even her idea. Do you think she
I
in her right mind would pull Lorenzo for anything? She literally brought up, we haven't talked in forever. And you know why she hasn't? Because Kevin delivered a message and she said, okay, I don't talk to Lorenzo unless I have to. Lorenzo came up
Mhm.
to her in front of Kevin. Then on the way over to the fire pit, I think she pinched Kevin's butt. I
Oh,
think. I think I saw that.
I don't know. I was writing, so I probably missed that, but that's my point of this, of her, is she's always coming for the girls, and she always rubs salt in the wounds, and she always brings up things from the past that are irrelevant and that have nothing to do with the present, because people have made their peace with them, and she
Yeah.
uses it against people. And it's just like, how about we use your past against you? You wouldn't like that, would you?
How
Because
about
you say sorry and you're not sorry.
yeah, and also how about the fact that Lola needed to not be mad at Yulia. She needed to be mad at Sean. But you could be mad at Jasmine for something that's literally not happening at all. Meanwhile, you were trying. Listen, again, your bombshell, fair enough, but you admit, you were trying to crack on with the guy, and you're going, why are you mad at me for trying to crack on with basically your boyfriend who said I loved you, said he's closed off? And instead, she's mad at Jasmine for building up a scenario in her head, which, by the way, also make it make sense. Priya is a game player and just trying to get to the final, but also Priya's really pure of heart and innocent, and Jasmine is taking advantage of her and being a bad friend to her.
That's what I'm saying. She and
Like
even
almost in
Jasmine
the
is like,
same breath. Almost in the same breath, she said that.
it's like, what opinion do you have? Because it's not, it doesn't, it's not a cohesive one. It doesn't make any sense. You
No.
can't talk shit about someone and back someone all in the same breath. It doesn't make any sense to me
Yeah.
at all. And they're literally, Jasmine and Lorenzo are talking in plain sight, right in front of you. Do you think that if they had anything to hide from you, they'd sit right in front of you?
Yeah.
Literally, like, the shot that you see is like Yulia, and then you can see Jasmine and Lorenzo in the background.
Yeah.
I just don't I'll never understand her. I don't like her as a person. She doesn't make any sense. I don't care that everyone's like, she's just opinionated. That's not an excuse anymore at this point. It's not just opinions. It's something else. It's something bigger and deeper.
Yeah, because it even went from. Because you could just even say, I just don't really know if I trust you and Lorenzo around each other, blah, 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 for the same reason everyone else does. Meanwhile, other people in the garden during the Grafties are shouting, I think that they are literally just platonic, and it could not be more platonic between them.
Mm-hmm.
But then she just goes, because you weren't honest about the Ethan situation, and I think, I don't know that I can trust you, and maybe you're trying to do something to me. Honestly, I don't even remember exactly what she said, The only thing I did say is at
She
least Yulia will say it directly to your face, whatever it is, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it is incorrect. At least she will say it to your face. That's the only defense I have of her. She'll say whatever she thinks of you to your face, no matter how jacked it is. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go on the positive slant. I'm just proud of Jasmine for how she handled that because she carried herself very well. She was very
Yeah,
calm. She was very nice. And then she said, "Oh, then I think this conversation should end."
right. Also, you said Ethan, and I think you meant Jordan.
Yes, Jordan. Sorry. Well, this is how many things she's involved in.
That's and all the girls notice that she's involved in all the drama. Anywhere that she can get it, she says something. And I'm glad the girls are picking up on her behavior, but I'm glad Jasmine handled it the way that she did. I don't think I personally would have been as cool as Jasmine was because I've been peeping this shit from the beginning. But yeah,
Jasmine has to.
once Yulia mentioned like, "Oh, I think you took advantage of Priya." She was like, "Absolutely not. We're shutting this down because I'm not going to sit here and listen to you say that about me and
Yeah.
about my friend."
And she was like, I genuinely don't know if you like bring stuff up from the past purposefully to hurt people or if you're just being opinionated. I think that you're mostly just being opinionated and you're just speaking your opinion, which you're allowed to, and good on you, whatever. But then it just kind of came from left field. She was like, "You're a bad friend to Priya, blah, blah, blah." Then that she thinks she's going to do something with Lorenzo right in front of her when she's literally so loved up with Cav. Like, it's just like, are you? Never mind. I always do this almost every episode. I'm like, is this person okay? Is that person okay? No, not okay.
No.
And I'm nervous to look in the Instagram comments, which is the most middle ground, and see whether people are twisting this on Jasmine because I feel like there's a group of people absolutely who are out there who are like, I'm so glad Yulia finally called Jasmine out. Da 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 da. We love Yulia. If Yulia and Lorenzo win this show at this point, I'm evicting myself from the planet Earth.
If they win, I'll cry. And not because I'm happy, but because I'm disappointed. And if I have to spin it so that it's only Lorenzo that's the winner in my eyes, sure.
Still, he shouldn't be the winner of Love Island. He should be the winner of something else.
Friend Island.
Yes, he should be the winner of Bestest Friend Island. That's what it is. He's not an amazing partner. He's not in love. He's avoidant. He can win Love Island another year. That's what I'm saying. Let him come back. Let him come back more grown. Let him find someone he actually really, really likes. Let him have the full 6 weeks on All Stars to fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. That's just how I feel.
I'm just really frustrated. And I don't like that he's not seeing Yulia for that side of her.
He thinks it's funny. Because he's
Well,
unserious.
it's not, honey.
We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow night goes because she's going to be in tears. The other girls are going to be upset, and it's going to be a weird situation to navigate.
Yeah, but also, for anyone on the internet who thinks that this is Jasmine's fault somehow, I don't know what it is that you're seeing when the girl got pulled for a chat twice. She didn't go up to people. She didn't say anything. She was just sitting there, minding her own business, and then got dragged into this.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Because the whole thing with her and Lorenzo has been dead for weeks now. And she's been so loved up with
So dead.
Kevin.
So loved up.
So I don't know what point there is to make. Go ahead and try and make it.
Also, I stand by the
Yulia
fact she's
sucks.
transparent in the Jordan situation. I don't even know. She said it
That's
to
what
Priya's face, and Priya went, "You said that to him?" And she went, "Yeah, I did."
right.
I'm still so confused.
I
So
don't know.
confused. But anyway, That's the tea. Looking forward to tonight's episode. See how this is all gonna go down. Watch it be another thing where they've just re-edited it and she's actually just screaming about something that happened with Lorenzo or something, and all the girls are actually being there for her or something.
Please.
Well,
Time to go look at the first look after this.
that's right. It's time. Thank you for listening, everybody. We are probably gonna have hit 10,000 streams by the time this ends, which is really exciting. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love it if you dropped a review on Apple or a rating or some comments on Spotify. Cause, you know, there's like 230 of y'all, 250 of y'all, something like that. And we care about your opinions. We love to talk about what y'all shoot our way, and we'd love to tweak things knowing that we have our little pod of listeners. You can also hit us up on the DMs. Mimi, where can you find us on socials if anyone wants to reach us there?
You can find us on Instagram or TikTok at Love Island Tea Time. And if you feel like following us on X, we are at capital LI Tea Time Pod.
Woo! Yeah. We sleepy. We gonna go back to bed after this, after we edit this episode. I mean, and by
Probably.
edit, I mean put a little bit of music at the beginning and a little bit of music at the end. Yeah, thank you for listening. Until tomorrow when you'll hear from us again. Bye.
Bye.